Hi everybody, Corrie Thorne, the spiritual healer, coming in to do the channel messages. This one's for Sagittarius. It is mid-January. I am late, but they're free, so you can't complain. Just throw a little bit of humor in there, because life has been kind of ups and downs. Actually been very busy, lots going on. If you did not take part, if you missed out on the More Than Existing online summit, which was free, and I keep saying this, if you keep saying to me, I wish I could take some of your courses, I wish I could be in your class, and you had an opportunity and you didn't take it, and you knew about it, that you just decided to do other things, or you got distracted, that I'm like, maybe it's time to start thinking that um, there is some pause here, because there is some self acceptance and some self awareness that's coming up here. And I'm like, can you hold your own energy? Can you hold your own self into that, accepting that you're worthy, that you're enough, that you're more than enough, that you're blah, blah, blah. Like that whole, like, how many times do we have to repeat that? So Sagittarius, I know we're in a Capricorn kind of energy right now. And I know a lot of we have a lot of shift and changes happening. And Sagittarius is known as like the friendliest and sweetest of the friendliest and the kind-hearted. And there's so many things that go with the Sagittarius energy, that you're the good ones. Claim to fame, right? And I'm like, I kind of know a Sagittarius that I don't know if I would classify as that. And I know it's something from years back. And so I'm telling you this for a reason. There is some ties to uh, old stories, or old, like, people of the past, or people that you knew that were of certain signs, or of certain energy, or of certain sexes, or whatever it may be, where you're like, yep, all are like that, all are like this, and I can't let that in, and I can't trust. And that's really coming up. And I have that little child energy, because my foot just started to swing, and I'm like, why is my foot swinging? And I want to swing back and forth. So for those in Sagittarius, I just feel like there's some real kind of childlike or childish energy around you, whether it's you, whether someone else. That's part of the trickster kind of energy that's playing on you, because your life is trying to transform. It's trying to have you grow up, and you're not fully letting yourself grow up here. And so there's you have the holy love here. So like, this is divine mother energy. And with that comes in, she's wearing her open pink rose, blossoming, blooming, growing, evolving, but also being able to um, find freedom in groups, find freedom in letting yourself be a part of something, letting yourself be a part of, like, other things, letting yourself be a part of your family, letting yourself be like real or in a relationship, whatever it may be. And I just feel like sometimes what happens to your trigger, and what takes you to your not true self, is that you start to act like that child. So there's, like, I just see the swinging up the feet. You can see yourself getting that pouty energy. And when you feel that coming on right now, take that moment, that opportunity to say, I see you, I hear you. This is Ho'oponopono stuff. I see you, I hear you, I feel you. Um, you have to go play, because that's not what's really happening right now. This is not where we are. This is not any old situations, not any old scenarios. And you got the holy love and a manifestation. And those, I just finished Aries not long ago, and a few back, and they had some of the same cards here. And I just feel like it's that sense of, and it's really truly looking up with hope and faith, and really looking up and looking inward to that future, to that self, and just holding faith in the moment that um that transformation takes time, right? And that whole sense that you are. But this is the big card, and it came flying out at me. And it was forgiveness and understanding. And the most empowering thing that you can do for yourself and for others is to have a sense of forgiveness and understanding, and that you are kind of like, you're not really some of the stories that you're even telling yourself, but have an understanding for um, that you may not always understand why somebody's doing something, and you have to sometimes trust the way that other people do things or the way that they show up. And you also have to trust and understand how spirit and source is working for you. I feel like for some Sagittarius, you got some really rocky roads ahead. And rocky roads, I don't mean like in finances. I feel like in some of your, like there's a relationships or a few relationships that are really going to be, that are, you're like, you're going to need to call upon your friends. You're going to have to need to call upon people to, and to be able to fully let go. Forgiving yourself that you can't stand on your own 2 feet. Forgiving that you can't, but you're also flying forward. So it's like there's a lot of transformation. There's a lot of energy here. But just knowing that, people are human and you're human. And you got to stop trying to live as if you're supersonic or that you're beyond the human. And I feel like there's like that sense of that financial struggle that's hitting a lot of people is also affecting you. And it's not something that often happens to Sagittarius, that you don't really get there. But I also feel like there's some there's some healing taking place. And I'm like, some healing within your own home, within the own family structure. Oh, I just got hit hard with this and I don't know what it is. And I got the 2 snakes and the serpent, and I got the healing. This is the healer. This is the healer staff. And I got the healer staff and the healing staff. And I just see you like really having to hold on to the light and hold on to faith and hold on hold on to something, like, and you're going to, and it's like just needing to call, like, hold on to the family, hold on to the people that you can count on to be there for you. And I just keep hearing that song, like, you can count on me, you can count on me, I'm here for you, I'm there for you. And I just get, and it's like there's just something that just feels like, and I don't know why, what this hit is, I don't know why this has been happening to me. Every time I get this energy, I get the sense of like a root canal that is like some sort of painful that just shoots up to my jaw. And it's like that sense of root canal. And it's like, it can be annoying, it can be painful, it can be fearful, but it's like once the process starts, it's like, it's going to, like, it's going to have an ending and you're going to be okay. But it's just getting through. And I just feel like you're getting through. And I just feel like where some of the things that we try to perfect, or we think we live into perfection, um, it's not there. And it's a hard thing to accept sometimes for my Sagittarius. And you got to remember that you have a lot of love, a lot of support. There's our beautiful rainbow energy, and I see rainbow butterflies and sunshine. Like, I do see all of that there, and it's really there. And I'm like, when we come through this little picky little part, I just feel like that's there. And love of Scots holds the way. And and you're just going to really learn to listen deeply, like, that's, it's like holding space, holding hand. But the healer in you is really coming to life. And it's like really truly finding the power of healing in not trying to create that environment or that energy, but allowing it to unfold, allowing it to step in, because there's still some sense of a line there. And so by that, I also mean that in healing energy is, I mean that in some relationships, and I mean that for like people who are struggling through relationship issues and you're trying to hold on. That could be with yourself. It could be with some isms. It could be trying to get through some sort of addiction. It could be that fight, like really truly just trying to fight to survive this whole experience that we're in right now. And I just feel like hold on to that hope and hold on to that faith. And I feel like I'm moving around like a pinky ring on my finger or something. And I don't know who does this or who used to do this, but this feels very specific, that I'm holding like this thought, and it's like this nervousy kind of energy. It's like, but it's contemplation. And in that deep seated contemplation, I just feel like for some of you, there's that kind of energy. But I also got, and this is, I'm pulling from my oracle cards. And if you can see on my wall behind me, there's 2 big pictures, and one is the little girl, and it's the cover of the new oracle cards that are coming. And this is the Everyday Goddess. They're still in creation. All the cards are now done, but all the cards are now done. But now now it's the finishing up the writing and little tweaks and getting numbers. And so this is our beautiful card. And believing in the magic and miracles, and I know sometimes it's hard to see yourself and it's hard to look at this picture and it seems very bright, but it also seems like I can't see myself here. And why is that head face why is her head stuck in there? And it's like sometimes you got to stick your neck out and you got to take that chance. But you also have to be able to know that in our quiet times and in our and for me personally, and this is how this card was created, was that I do all of my work in writing, and I've been through some of my worst times and had my most inspiring times and my most magical moments in the time of kind of being stuck in my robe for the last 2 years, which I say I'm burning when everything else is done, but I don't think I will because I still love it. But I just got a new robe for Christmas. And I'm like, and so that whole sense that like no matter what, it's like those times of when you feel like you're just like ready to quit, ready to give up, ready to just be done. Um, there's a miracle. And miracles are unfolding all around us. And I feel like if you've been really challenging, you feel like you can't see yourself of living that good life, or you can't see yourself being someone who is divine or beautiful or wonderful, or that you're going to see. And the sense of being empowered is not to overpower. And I just feel like for some of my Sagittarius, there's a lot of times that have been upon you or coming up on you right now that really challenge you to hold on to that faith. And and I feel like that's within family dynamics, though. That feels like it's somehow in family. And but in the middle and in the heart of that, in the heart center of that, is know that you are held with love. And knowing that wearing it don't mean hide your heart. It means you're going to be wearing your heart even more because you can't go back into the shadows. You can't go backwards. But there's a lot of love and support around you. And so the other card that I pulled was these beautiful divine women. And there's a little tiny orange goldfish, and that emotion, that self that gets trapped, and we believe that we get caught in the emotional stories. And this is from the sacral, and this is really telling me at the sacral and from the shadows of a belief that I am alone, no one understands me, same came a truth of how many there are who may not look like or have the same story. But when we realize I am not the only fish in the sea, you actually see yourself free, and the magic appears as the support from up here and right there will appear. And when blended, it is called the infinity of love. This we call support. Are you are you believing you are not supported? Well, look again, because today you because look again. Today you oh, sorry. I had to try to see. I write down to my channel writes down to little tiny little lines. Well, look again, because today you have us and you also have them. You know you're them. Find them or remember them. Stop trying to block it out. Stop trying to block out support. Stop trying to book it love. Stop trying to hold up the world by yourself. Stop trying to be strong when you're supposed to be allowing yourself to be in the sense of the flow of the healing, and to know that, kind of all that red and that rooted and that darkness behind is really truly down to the earth star, down to the root chakra, deep, deep into the ancestral stories of why you're still trying to hold it all up, and why you think you're the only fish in the sea is because you had yourself like a Japanese fighting fish, where you can only put one fish in a tank because you put others in and it just kind of at each other. Well, no, that is not. So your walls are breaking, the glass is shattering, and you're becoming a fish in the sea. And so when you become a fish in the sea, you see there's a lot of fish and there's a lot of creatures and there's a lot of things that look different. And there's some sharks, and then there's some little tiny things, and there's some bottom crawlers, and then there's some whales, and there's some dolphins, and there's all kinds of things. And if you're going to compare yourself to them all, you're going to cause yourself misery. You are enough. Be in the moment and know that in the times that you need it, the love and support is there, because love is always flowing and cups are always being filled. And those little chalices, that cup of love is always there. And there can never be. There can never be too many or enough love being spread in the world. Much love, Sagittarius, and I will see you all again in February. And please take care of this. I don't know what this is. And please take care of, please also take care of, keep doing this. And please also take care of this. But this is not well in somebody else. But I also have the sense of, where am I putting this? So like down below the shoulder blades, between higher than the belly button. So right in the solar plex area behind that whole sense of trying to be powered by something other than the natural light. Like that's what I'm getting. But you may have challenges in relationships. You may have family issues. There may be things happening, but there's something powerful about you. And that's the sense that you are a creation of love, and that kindness and generosity is going to be given back to you in many ways. Much love and enjoy your month. Bye-bye.